Hello and welcome to Healing Womanhood. I'm Saffron and our topic for this month is whole, which is all about bringing home any parts of us that we have rejected or pushed away. And one of the aspects of our being that we are so inclined to push away as women is our body. So maybe for you, you struggle with your weight, or maybe there is a certain part of your body that you don't like. It's very difficult for us to love all of ourselves, all of our body, when we're confronted with these media messages all the time about how our body should be. So we're going to use our tapping today to learn to love our body again. So in our first tapping, we're going to be quite general around loving our body, undoing any conditioning that's told us not to love our body. And then in our second tapping over on the Patreon membership, we are going to spend some time with parts of our body that we don't necessarily like, and you're going to have the opportunity to choose which part of your body you want to sit with. I'm going to say tummy because I think that's the one for a lot of us that we really struggle with our tummy and how that looks. So when you're ready, you just need to tap where I'm tapping and repeat what I'm saying. So even though it's hard for me to love my body, I've received so many messages throughout the course of my life that tell me I shouldn't love my body, that tell me it's not the right size, or it's not the right shape, or it's not the right colour. And I choose to love and accept all of me now, including my body and including all of the parts of me who receive those messages. Even though loving my body feels like a really far off dream, it is so hard to love my body. And that's okay. And I'm okay. And I choose to love and accept all of myself as best I can. Even though this is really difficult for me. I've never found it easy to love my body, because I've actually been trained not to love it. And I accept that all of that's happened. And I choose to love and accept me anyway. And moving on to the eyebrow. My body. My own body. I've spent a long time learning not to love it. Every time I see an advert, it's telling me not to love my body as it is. And it's been telling me that since before I could talk. I've spent all of my life surrounded by messages about how I can make my body better. And I've received very little about how extraordinarily perfect it already is. And that might even be hard for me to say, because I don't believe it. I don't believe in the perfection of my body. It certainly doesn't look perfect when compared with the bodies I see on TV. And that's a certain type of perfection that we've been offered. And and that most of us have taken on board. And maybe that's just one view. And maybe even perfection is a ridiculous concept. Maybe there's no such thing as perfection. Maybe every single body is beautiful. And part of me really believes that. And another little voice inside of me is saying, yeah, except for mine. And I acknowledge that that little voice is there. Hello, little voice. I acknowledge that you're there. I acknowledge what you've learnt about beauty and what it means to be beautiful. And I can see why I don't fit that picture. And I can see why you're feeling the need to keep me safe. Because what if I choose to believe that I'm beautiful and everybody else disagrees? And everybody else laughs at me? Well, what if? Thank you for trying to keep me safe from that. I can see that you're worried about me. And that's okay. I don't need this kind of protection anymore. I'm ready to believe that my body is beautiful. I'm ready to believe that every single part of it is exactly as it should be. And through this love for my body, I'm learning to treat it in a respectful way. I'm learning to give it the things that it needs and the things that bring it pleasure and joy. I wonder if my body and I could be on the same side now. I feel like I've been fighting my body for a long time. Trying to get it to be what I want. Trying to control it. Trying to shape it in the media image. What if I could let go of that perspective now? What if I could step outside of that view of bodies and take a more collaborative approach? What if my body and I were on the same team? What if my body loved me and I loved my body? How would life look different then? I'm ready to wonder about that. I'm ready to embrace that possibility. Finding so much love for my body. Ready to recognise the parts that I can love easily. And noticing where that's more difficult. Committing to learning to love those parts. My body deserves my love. And I'm ready to welcome my body as a part of me now. It's not me versus my body. My body is one aspect of who I am. And I choose to be whole now. A wholeness that includes my whole body. I'm ready to love every single cell of it now. Every single cell of my body, receiving the full force of all of my love. And I'm ready to continue this work every single day. Because every single day I live in a world that tells me not to love my body. And I'm ready to recognise that for what it is now. Just a money-making scheme that is of no relevance to me. I love my body and all of its perceived imperfections. I love everything that it can do. I love the things that bring it pleasure and joy. I'm ready to nurture my body now. I'm ready to show kindness to my body now. Embracing the joy of acting as one. Embracing the joy of being whole. Embracing all of my body now. With joy and pleasure, love and kindness. And take a deep breath. I hope that felt really refreshing and really lovely, and I hope that you started to feel some of that love towards your body. It is a practice that we have to keep going with because we do still live in a world where we see these airbrushed images and unrealistic standards, and where there is still a lot of judgment around women's bodies. So we're going to continue this work on the channel and in our own lives. We're going to continue it every day if we can, so that we can change this world into a world that celebrates women's bodies in all of their amazing and beautiful diversity. The change begins with each one of us. We are now going to do some tapping on any part that you find particularly difficult. So I'm going to talk about tummies, and if there is a part of your body that you find it more difficult to love, you can focus in on that part. That tapping is going to take place over on the Patreon membership, so the link is in the description and you can head on over there, and the tapping that we do there is really deep work. It really connects us in to the deepest level of healing. Lots of parts work over there, lots of inner child work, lots of things that can create big shifts. So I hope to see you over there just now, and if not, I will catch you in the next video. Thank you for tapping with me today. Bye bye.